Hey everybody, it's Wednesday night. It's not Tuesday night, and it's time for a late Homestead update live stream. Yesterday we got busy doing some other stuff, and I didn't realize until it was really late that I hadn't set the live stream up, and I was just tired, so I decided we'd just do it today. Let's see who's in chat. Randy says that he's waiting on info to see his grandson he ain't seen in 10 years.
Wow.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Len's in the house. If you guys missed it, Len came up and was on the panel on Monday for the Marine Corps birthday celebration. We had a good conversation.
Good.
I was tired though, entirely too late. But so yeah, and there's one more. We got a lurker in here. So if you're the lurker, go ahead and say something say something in live chat so that we know that you're there. Well, how'd it go? How'd the last week go? Anything interesting happen?
No.
Yeah, some interesting stuff happened.
What?
Tell them what you made on Saturday.
I don't remember.
Strawberries.
Oh yeah, I had to get the strawberries processed, and then I did salsa and that kind of stuff.
She made several gallons of salsa and even more gallons of strawberry syrup. It's syrup. It didn't thicken up. Ice
cream syrup.
It didn't thicken up like she thought it would. So we got strawberry syrup. It's delicious. It tastes awesome. It's very thin.
It's the bomb diggity. If I wanted to, I could open all the jars and do it again. I don't know.
It's not worth the effort.
It tastes good to find the way it is.
Yeah, just makes
ice cream syrup.
I figured out if you put peanut butter on both pieces of bread and then put it in there, the bread stays dry.
No.
Yeah, acts like a little barrier.
Like a barrier.
What is the best way you have found to raise strawberries? To have somebody
keep them away from the turkeys, the chickens, the goats, the sheep. That is the best way. The next best way is to keep a net on it and not have a spouse that goes and takes the net off of it.
I was saying have somebody else grow them because we have had a hard time our entire career raising strawberries.
That's not true. One year we did great. I had strawberries coming out the yin yang, and they were wonderful and beautiful. Kids were coming over and eating off of them. It was great. And then somebody decided the net didn't need to be on them anymore. And all the turkeys and chickens decided they were going to go bed down and eat all the strawberries.
We never had nets on the strawberries when we had animals.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that wasn't growing. That wasn't out here. There weren't that many strawberries out.
For me, it was a good crop. So, me.
Well, it got messed up because the goats got into it. That's the biggest problem we have around here is goats.
We need a big area fenced off.
Get rid of goats.
Yep.
And we'll have it. We've got 4,200 square feet for a garden next year. I found a supply of 2nd or 3-year hay, so I can mow everything down and put it on there.
That?
Jeff said I could have some.
Nice.
But we've got that set up, so I can go get that. I get 4 bales from him. He said that, which will be more than enough to finish the garden.
Yeah.
Lynn says chipmunks always steal his strawberries.
Yeah, you got to put a net on them. Yeah, put a net on them.
Yeah, a net does help. A net
keeps the birds out of them, keeps chipmunks out of them.
And the salsa she made was really good. It was really good, and she used peppers from the garden. We got some tomatoes, so we did that. They weren't our tomatoes. They were from someplace else. But it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
What else you do? Did a lot of cooking.
Not a lot. I mean, for me, I can cook more, but this body can only do so much. But I got some meals out of the way. I just have one more thing to do. I got to do a triple chocolate cheesecake. And I was going to do that tonight. I forgot that we were doing this, but I'll still have time. So I'll get that done. Once that's done, they can come pick up their food and get what they need. But there was a special request for chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, Randy. Luckily, we know the source of the hay, and we know it wasn't sprayed. And I talked to Adam, I can get some hay from him.
Nice.
And it's not sprayed either, so I've got access to about 8 or 9 bales. So got lucky that way. And we showed you the picture of all the zucchini that we grew in the fall garden. That was done in the same hay as what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Or what I'm getting this next time.
Right.
So it should be okay.
Yep.
It should be okay. Our biggest problem is more keeping the Johnson grass and all the invasive weeds out of the garden, because it literally grew up through 1.5 foot of hay this summer. But I found a good source of really thick cardboard. So I've been doing harvesters. We do harvesters first Friday of every month, and they send produce in the great big cardboard gaylords. They're like 3.5 foot tall. They fit on top of a pallet, and I'm kicking myself in the butt because
you've always been throwing them away.
Yeah, I've been letting them take them. They throw them away. They put them in the recycling, and I'm like, I was thinking about it this Friday because we did it, and I was like, why don't I take those and put those in the garden? And two of them covered about a little bit bigger than 4x8 space.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do that
every month,
yeah. Hey, Mississippi Homestead Journey, how you doing? I had a 4-day weekend.
I did not.
She had 2 days, and then she had work on Monday. Then she
had Tuesday off.
Had Tuesday off.
Not really, but technically, I didn't have to go to work.
Have to work.
I didn't have to clock in.
You spend a lot of time relaxing.
Why?
Because you're always on vacation when you're not at work. Is that why?
Because I'm broken.
But I got a lot done. I got the 4-wheeler back this weekend, and I went and explored the back of the property because we had a windstorm recently, and I was just kind of curious. I got a ton of downed wood back there, so I called a work day. So on the 22nd, we're gonna have.
You're gonna have all the logs already pulled up here.
No, they got to cut them. In fact, I'm taking the splitter down into the woods this time.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna split it down in the woods and use the truck. Yeah. Lynn says every day Saturday for him. Must be nice. You old folks being able to be retired. You and Angela got something in common almost.
I'm so tired of getting made fun of. So he takes me. He's tired of picking me up off the floor. So
tell him
around.
Tell him what's been going on. Seriously.
So it's from the car accident, and so the blockers that I had obviously are not there anymore, and so my nerves in my S1 have crossed, and they're flaring out of my spinal cord, spinal column, and anyway, the shot worked. Good. It was good. It was decent. I mean, I was getting around
6 months.
I was getting around. No, I got it in July.
Oh, okay.
So that's still not bad. And then the last month or so, I've been having pain, and now I'm at the point now. If I sneeze, if I cough, I'm on the floor, and it's pretty ugly. And so, Garen took me to go get a cane yesterday, so I got a cane, and I said, let's go to Sam's Club because we need to get dog food and pick up a couple other things. And so we go to Sam's Club, and he's trying to put me in one of those scooter carts. And I'm like, I'm not getting in that scooter cart. I'm not doing it. And then he's like, you need to get in the scooter cart. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
What'd your coworkers say?
That I should have gotten the scooter cart.
I told her she could get in the cart, and I would step on the back of it, and she could drive us around.
And then
I was thinking I could go.
And then we're walking out of Sam's Club. I'm waddling. He's walking, and he's way ahead of me. He's like, done grab the cart and boom, right? And so he's going, and he just keeps hollering back at me, come on, old woman. You're holding everybody up. And I'm like, damn it. Those people can go around me. I go around other people when they're all crippled up, and, they can go around me. I'm not holding anybody up. So,
well, the little Mexican guy behind us was like trying to think about how to get around us, and he just couldn't figure it out because we were too close to the exit.
Oh, so anyway, beautiful times.
So she's got her.
Then I go to work and my boss is laughing at me. And then I tell her what Karen did, and she's laughing even harder. Turds.
Look, if you can't find,
you got to find the humor in it all.
Yeah, you can't. You
have to.
We had a discussion this weekend about dwelling on the negative aspects of it and letting it get inside your head and ruining your life at that point.
Yeah, because I mean, I could go into a very serious depression at this point right now.
Well, at one point this weekend, she was paralyzed for life. That's how bad her mental state was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's not paralyzed for life. She's gonna make
I'll
it
overcome
through.
it. So I've got an appointment a week from tomorrow, and then that'll work out. We'll see how that happens. I've got it in my head that this is gonna work. This is gonna do it, and this is gonna help me overcome this, and then I'll get better. So we'll see how that goes. I just don't want to have to do another surgery, because the fact is, if I have to do another surgery, I have to have that before Christmas because of the copay.
No.
Or we're going to shell out another 100 and whatever grand. So I don't want to do that.
Insurance does not pay for it, I thought.
No. Do you remember how much we owe LMH?
No.
Well, I'll remind you after.
Yeah. Great.
So
I got down on the back of the property, and I found a bunch of deadwood, and I did a little chainsaw therapy yesterday and went through two tanks of gas on the chainsaw. I got a cord of wood cut. It's got to be split because the rounds, it was a big ash tree that got hit by the emerald borer beetles, so it's dead, and it's got like 3 of them coming up, and each one of the trunks down at the bottom is about 18 inches across. There's a lot of wood there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how ash is where you guys are, if you've even got ash, but the ash here get 60 to 100 foot tall, easy. And I like the ash wood in the fire, in the stove. Hot. It burns hot. It burns it burns a little quick, but it burns down to nothing. I mean, there's no charcoal, no nothing. It's all pure white ash, which is great for the garden.
Yep. Oh, and then Monday, I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but Monday over on Midwest Preparedness, we had a ladies' night WROL, and that was a lot of fun. We had good fun. It was Kiri and Dawn and me, and we've all been friends for a few years, and then Data, Patrick, and Will. Or Data and Patrick are the same person. Data, Bobby, and Will, and so it was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
I'll stand beside it as she's backing up, going beep beep beep.
What are you talking about? If she gets the scooter, make sure it beeps when it backs up. No, this is not happening. This is just not happening. I remember like when my mom had to go to a scooter, and so she started using the scooters in the grocery store. And my dad convinced her, like, get in it, because she's kind of stubborn too. And so she gets in it and goes, and she's got this. She was behind my dad in the aisle. She hit the scooter and couldn't figure out how to maneuver the speed on it. And Dad ended up toppling into the basket and on top of Mom. That's all I could picture.
No, I'm not getting in front of you. There's too much temptation for you if I'm in front of you.
Oh, I'd have fun with it.
Yeah, so it wasn't a bad week. I mean, it was a week. I got to be honest with you though. 4 days off in a row. I lost track of time. By Monday afternoon, I couldn't tell you what day it was until I realized she had her thing tonight or that night.
What was weird is that Tuesday, I kept thinking it was Saturday, and I kept thinking we needed to wake up and go to church today. So I was lost too. It is what it is. We got a lot on our plate. So anywho.
Yeah. Oh, and I did get the cool news today is I got a pay raise.
Yeah, nice.
I got a 6.4% pay raise, and it's not for any merit. It's just for showing up every day because they hired a company to come in and analyze everybody's pay scale, or the pay scale for all the positions. And 25% of the people in the company were not at the right pay scale.
Wow.
And I happened to be one of them. So I got a 6.4% pay raise. It's still not, we're still not making nearly as much as we used to make before the escape to freedom.
Actually, between you and I, we are. Between the both of us, we are.
Maybe on a bad year of you real estating, but when you were having a good year of real estating, not even close.
Well, I don't know about that.
You had more good years than you had bad years.
Yeah.
Like she had one really good year.
Yeah.
Really good year. Put us in a different tax bracket.
$25,000 a month. That was a really good year.
Yeah, it was a good year. But those days are gone. We deal with what we deal with here. Still looking to hit the lotto. If we hit the lotto, we'll get this place, turn it into a homesteader's paradise, and then we'll buy property back over on the Missouri side and build another homesteader's paradise.
I can't build it. I got to buy it the way that it is.
Well, no, we'll pay somebody else to build it.
Oh, okay.
If we got if we hit the Mega Millions,
okay,
we'll pay somebody else to build it.
Yeah, he's like, I forgot to get a ticket.
Or you got till Friday.
I thought it was on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Friday's the next drawing for the 100 million.
Okay.
Yeah. I decided, okay, so I'm going to do an experiment. We're going to spend $5 a week.
We still have to verify that it costs $5. Like, we don't really play the lottery, so I don't know how much.
Well, you keep telling me it's $5.
5 or 10 or 7.
We're not spending $10 a week.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And then you're not getting a lottery ticket once a week.
I just
gotta find out how much they are.
We're going to do an experiment and see what happens over a year of buying a ticket.
I know what's going to happen.
We're going to be out $260.
Yeah.
Randy says he's going to win. Well, more than one person can win.
Randy. We'll share with you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you win, we'll share with you.
100 million split 3 ways.
Oh, look, Randy even said he'll share. See? So
okay, he'll share too.
We'll share. Wouldn't it be great if we all played and Randy won and we won?
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome. That would be a blessing for everybody. That would be great.
And it's stupid. Let's be completely honest. Lottery tickets are for people who can't do math. Seriously. But the way I look at it, it gives me for $5.
Oh, there you go. Lynn knows he must be a gambler. Mega is $5 each, drawing twice weekly. Powerball is $2 per ticket. I thought Powerball went up. Are you sure about that? I think in Kansas Powerball went up. One of them went up. Maybe
Powerball's national.
Maybe it was Mega Million that went up.
I don't know. You know what? I've said it on here before. It's a cheap way to fantasize and get a little entertainment because quite frankly, I don't do a lot of convenience store stuff. She does. We'll between the two of us, $5 will get wasted on something during the week anyway. So we might as well get it and have 2 or 3 days to fantasize about the good we could do with that kind of money.
Randy says, "Oh wait, I have to buy a ticket first."
Yeah, that's the way we are. Can't win if you don't play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I was thinking about it. Well, I have been thinking about it for a while. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's see what happens.
He's been riding me for a little bit to get him. And I've just been like, no, I'm not wasted. It's voluntary tax. And so I just don't want to do voluntary tax. I hate the taxes that I pay now. And so why offer more?
Yeah, that's a story. So the county property taxes came out. And quite frankly, we got off pretty easy. Because we stayed underneath that what we saved for last year, so we're doing okay. But some other people that we know, don't mention any names, but other people that we know, they took it in the shorts.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you're building and doing that, and you're improving your property, guess what happens? So this is why we don't race out and go, we need this building and that building and that building and that building. We take care of what's inside first that we're already paying taxes on. And then once that's done, we decide what we want and is it worth it? And then we'll go ahead and build.
Yeah. Well, not building has been a case of not having the money for the past 4 years.
Well, because this isn't done yet. The inside is not done yet. We're not building outside until this is done.
We're slowly getting our financials squared away. So
Did you hear me? Except for lean too. Yeah. Because we get that equipment protected. We have other people's freezers and stuff. And so our outbuilding is pretty crowded right now. So we can't pull any equipment in there.
Nope.
And we could get furniture out if the house was done, but the house isn't done. So there's also all of our crap out there. So no equipment will fit. And so
there's a lot of stuff out there.
30 by 50 outbuilding.
There's a lot of stuff out there we could get rid of.
No, because I still have a whole house that needs to be redone. And I'm not kidding you.
We'll go out there
I'm not buying new stuff.
We'll go out there one weekend and look at stuff.
Like there's only like a couple things I could think of, but like a lot of that decor and stuff like that, your daughter wants that. You know, the stuff I used to host when we hosted parties and all of that, that's very expensive stuff. Your daughter is going to want that.
Well, then my daughter should come out here
after the house is done and I pick what I want to stay. She's already stolen enough of my stuff to entertain that I didn't know about. This is what happens when you're not present, when your daughter moves out of your house. Yeah. Beware.
Randy needs another shop. I need another shop because my shop is, as she just said, full of crap.
Full of my stuff and other people's stuff. And your stuff too. And our mountains of toilet paper and paper towels.
Well, we're is it OPSEC if I tell everybody that we're running short? But short is a relative. I mean,
we already talked about that.
Short is a relative term.
I remember talking about that because even Patty was making fun of us, and Patty was like, Garen goes, we only have like 100 or 200 rolls left out there. And I was like, what? And Patty and I was panicking, like, we have to get more boxes ordered. We need more out there. And Patty started cracking up. She was laughing her butt off, and she Mrs. Hacks. And she's like, what? 100's not enough? And I'm like, no, it's not enough. After that shortage, we were so ahead of that shortage. And I'm like, I was so proud of myself for that, being ahead of that shortage. And like, I'm grateful I was, because toilet paper has tripled since I had stored it up in price.
Well, and it's not like we didn't go out and panic buy either.
No, I was always storing up.
We lived at the old place. You know, it was a drive to go up to the big box store. And so we bought a lot off of Amazon. And I told her, I was like, I want to keep 2 cases on hand. And this is long before.
Way before.
This is long before COVID. We've been buying anything that we could buy in bulk like that. We have bought off of Amazon for.
As soon as one case got cracked open, another case was ordered. Yeah. And we still do that. But apparently we slacked somewhere in the last year, 2 years, 4 years. So we need to reorder.
Yeah, but I noticed everybody that makes fun of us for our toilet paper storage thing
enjoys our toilet paper.
Has no problem using our toilet paper,
right.
You know? Right. And paper towels got expensive.
They love our paper towels. I have had, like, so Mossy Oak, can I have a dish towel instead of using paper towels? And I appreciate that.
But her mindset, they're living off grid.
Right.
And her mindset is.
Yeah. Other people are just like, give me a roll of paper towels.
You say that.
Well, if I'm running out up there, yeah.
I try to use dish towels as much as I can.
He doesn't.
But there's still things. What you eat, and you have to have that much TP.
Regular food.
It's not.
But it's not having that much. We're on a septic tank. It's having the ability of knowing that it's on hand.
Yeah. If the system collapses,
you're using leaves and washcloths.
It's going to be quite a while unless the raiders come and take our toilet paper
I will
stash.
Fight to the nines on my toilet paper.
Yeah.
I've been in Mexico, so I grew up my teenage years and preteens in San Diego. And so I had friends that were in Mexico that lived there. And then I had friends that I went to school with that also lived in San Diego, but their parents were native from Mexico. And
Tijuana.
I know what it's like to
Poop in a
not
third world country.
and not have toilet paper. Like, you go to the bathroom and everybody uses the same 5-gallon bucket of water and bleach, and sometimes just a mop bucket and the same washcloths. And that's not happening here. Nope.
Penguin walking back across the international border.
Nope.
Stopping at the McDonald's in San Ysidro on the way home.
Wipe your butt. Yep.
That's nasty.
I'm like, not having it.
Hey, you know what? And there's a lesson there. Yeah. That's the way things happen in second and third world countries. And if you import that in the United States, that's what you get in the United States. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So what else we got? What else went on here that was of note?
No, we had a turkey die. That was sad. It got really cold.
Yes, we had.
And the turkey died. It was a baby, and so that sucked. Not the one that's in the house. It's thriving and doing great. And but it was the one out in the brooder. So I'm not sure what happened. But turkeys are so fragile anyway. Yeah. And then
I haven't heard that turkey today. I wasn't paying attention to it either.
You better go check on her. And then yeah, so we did that. And then Fee came over, cleaned the house Friday. She did a great job. She pulled all my curtains down, and then I didn't even ask her, and she washed everything, including my laundry. And I'm like, what? Because she knew I was hurting, and she did all of that. So she's like on my favorite list right now. And then
I spent 30 minutes tonight trying to get a damn sheep back into the pen.
I mean,
they were out on pasture, and we got a couple of female sheep that are dumb, super dumb, and she got separated. I don't know why she got separated, but when she came out, everybody else was already in the pen, and she couldn't figure out how to get back into the pen, and she wouldn't go in the gate or anything. And every time I got her over here, damn Dolly would decide to start hurting her and run her off.
I need to go pick up chalk, and we need to get them marked, and so that we know which ones we're keeping, but we'll mark the ones that are available for Butcher Day. And so we have a Butcher Day. So William Bond.
No, you already talked about it.
So a friend of ours is coming over. I mean, I don't know why that's a big deal, but a friend of ours is coming over, and he's going to buy some and butcher out for him. They're just going to scan them and clean them, throw them in coolers and take them back. And a friend of his, and then they're going to help us with ours. So I just want to mark the ones that can go and leave the ones that are unmarked. Those are stay. Those don't get sold.
Who's going to mark these things?
Well, I mean, don't you think
I know which ones are going.
Not Jasper.
No. I know which ones are going. The goats and the sheep, I know which ones are going.
Okay. So anyway, I'll be surprised, I guess, by the end of it. Go out and go, what happened?
The only male sheep that's staying is Big Boy.
Oh, all the male sheep?
All the male sheep are going.
Wow. Okay. And we sold Nature Boy.
Yeah, Nature Boy. I still haven't checked up on him.
We need to.
Nature Boy's the bottle baby. Actually, he's not Nature Boy anymore. He's kind of addicted to the sweet feed like the rest of them.
Oh.
He had called him Nature Boy because he didn't
like the sweet feed.
And so he would go to grass before he'd do sweet feed, but now anytime the sweet feed's out there, he's like, well, I want that.
Well, but it makes sense because the grass is not growing, so that makes sense. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's a grazer, and so sweet. So he went, and then one of the female sheep went.
Mop top.
This
sheep, this female sheep, gorgeous sheep, really good looking sheep. You got to admit, oh, God, she was a pain in the butt. Very, very food driven. And so we're trying to, I've got the lead on her, and I'm escorting her out of the pen, but she's bucking and she's trying to get away. And so Nikki had a bucket of feed, and I swear to God, the sheep is like rearing back, trying to get away from me. And as it's rearing back, it sees the bucket of feed, and it literally all 4 feet off the ground and torpedoed
into the bucket.
Right into this bucket. like all the way up to her shoulders. And Nikki literally had carried that bucket, like bent over and had that bucket, and that sheep had its head buried in that bucket all the way from the pen all the way to the front of the property where the trailer was.
And then she was really happy because when she put Nature Boy on the lead, just put it on like a collar, right? You just loop it over their neck. He just walked right along, got right in the trailer. He's like, I'm good. So, but yeah, I'm kind of sad he's gone.
I'll check on him tomorrow.
Yeah. I was like crying. Garen's like, are you crying? And then Scott was like, well, we'll leave him. You can have him back.
And I was like, no.
Like, it'll be fine. I'm sure I'll have another one next year. He was a pretty cool bottle baby, though.
Well, he was.
He wasn't aggressive. Like, usually they get aggressive and they're trying to headbutt you and all that.
Oh, he headbutts.
Yeah, but it not like intentionally to hurt you or anything.
No, not. He's playing. He'll come up and want attention.
Yeah. He's like, pet me like a dog. Because he would watch Dolly and Freya.
But then I'd have to spend 10 minutes after I got everybody else in to wrangle him up because he got to the point there towards the end where he did not want to go back in the pen. And I'd come up to him to put the lead on him. And he'd just run 5 feet away from me.
I told Nikki, she's going to have to be careful because when he doesn't like the weather outside, he'll get out of the pen and he comes and he spats at the door so that he can come in like a dog because he wants to be inside instead of outside. And it was like, we were trying to figure out, like, when he was a bottle baby, could we actually potty train this thing? It is possible.
No, you got to put diapers on.
Well, Mossy Oak was like, she's like, put pads down and see if he'll redirect and do all that. And it was really working. He was doing it. Well, I mean, he's still a livestock.
Big damn pad as much as those things pee.
But I think what it was, like, in the pen we had for him inside, he didn't like laying in it. So he always made sure he did it somewhere else, which is pretty incredible for a sheep to put 2 and 2 together like that. So
I just put Pampers on him if I was going to do that. But
I don't know why you would do that, but I'm just saying he was cool. He was cool to experiment with. So,
well, and he stayed in the house longer than most of the bottle babies do.
Yeah.
Because normally the bottle babies, the problem is it's either too cold or it's a young mama and it takes her a while to get used to him. So we bring him in and we keep him warm and we feed him a bottle, but we take him out every single day so mama can bond with them. And when they get to the point where they're suckling off of mama, they stay outside.
Yeah.
Because they'll gain weight. Like the first 7 to 10 days, if it's cold outside, but usually by a week and a half, they've put on enough weight and their fur's thick enough that they can go outside. Even in 0 degree temperatures. But his mama died. His mama.
Yeah, he was an orphan.
Yeah.
So I became his mama, Garen became daddy, and the dogs became sisters.
It was funny though, when he left, he's bigger than Freya.
Yeah.
He was bigger than Freya.
Yeah, Freya did not want him to go.
No, she was upset.
Yeah, she was.
Well, Dolly was too. Dolly was running around the trailer sniffing and yelping at the sheep because they were inside and she didn't want them to be in there.
Yeah.
So
I think the dogs knew that he was leaving. Like, they didn't really care with the girl when she was in there, but Nature Boy bothered them. Yeah. It was really weird.
We got some screwy animals. They're just weird animals. Guineas that land on your head, dogs that have sheep brothers, and just weird.
Oh, that's what makes it fun.
Well, and we're at the point of the year, so we've been having problems with eggs for the last 6 months. We were doing really well at the beginning of the summer. We had a rash.
6 months? I thought it's only been like the last 2 or 3 that were having issues.
We quit getting a good amount of eggs in late June, early July.
Right, so a couple months.
But
we're only in the beginning of November.
Yeah, children's book stories, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm working on the...
He's got him. He's doing the art right now on one of them. And that story is so popular. The homeschool kids love that story.
Yeah, I pulled the trigger.
So cute.
I pulled the trigger and I got the $20 a month subscription to ChatGPT because you get more processing power when you're on a paid program. And I just was playing around with it. It took me about 2 hours to get it to where it could make decent, like make the images that would go with the book and make it look good. But I'm doing it. You know, you still gotta finesse it and do all that stuff. But it's coming along. I'm about halfway through with the
first book.
Halfway through with the illustrations for the first book. I've got to work on them. I spent another hour this morning working on the study guide.
You need to get the children's books finished because we have a plan for those, and Christmas is coming up. So you don't have to get them all finished, just at least the first one.
No, Randy wants to know if we want 3 more guineas. No.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
In fact, I'm to the point now we got enough guineas. I'm wondering how hard it is to butcher them, and
they're not. It's not hard at all. Guinea is actually a delicacy in Africa. I don't know what it tastes like. But...
She had to rehome her chickens 1 to 3 eggs a week on 11 chickens, and that's where we are.
That's where we're
at.
In
fact, we haven't gotten any. Well, I didn't check tonight because I was chasing a stupid sheep around the pen, but that's where we got to. And we, like I said, we had a really bad rash of predators in July and August, and
I think the chickens just got sick of it and was like, I'm done.
Well, and all the hens that are left are young ones, like ones that were hatched out this year. So they're still a little on the young side. And we were talking about it this weekend. And I wonder if the turkeys and the guineas aren't stressing them out too.
Possibly. We just need to get everybody separated. I think. And then the didn't help either with the turkey eggs. So by the time they decided they were going to start laying, they were laying on them and hiding them from us. And we've had a lot of clutches that we're finding everywhere from chickens and turkeys. Mm-hmm. But then when you find them in a pile, you really don't know how old they are. And then it's like, well.
Randy says they're all dark meat and they're hard to catch and tough to defeather. Well, our guineas sleep in the coop. Our guineas sleep in the coop. So getting them.
We'll get them.
Getting them isn't a problem because if you get up early enough and it's dark, you can go in there and get them when it's dark. Because I've caught a couple of them just to move them around and stuff. But during the day, you're not catching them. You're not catching them all.
Yeah, but I'm curious, Randy. Are they all dark meat like that Jamaican chicken, that all black chicken?
No, it's dark, like dark turkey meat, that type.
They not chicken, dark chicken meat?
Dark meat on the chicken too.
Dude, I totally do that.
So Jody, that was a conversation we had too, because the people that came and took the sheep were having problems too. And there's, we only know 2 people that are getting a lot of eggs, and one of the things that we did that may have caused a problem, we went through a spate where it was raining constantly, and I would have to buy feed from the store, and I bought more feed from the store this year than I have.
And that'll shut them down faster than anything. Yeah,
and so we're wondering if that's part of the problem. I'm gonna figure out a way so I don't have to buy. If I have to buy bags, I'm going to buy bags from the feed store, not the.
Well, I would just do, instead of doing that, just get hog feed, and getting them on hog feed will actually, and they need to be on corn too right now anyway, because it's cold enough. And so if we get them on hog feed, they'll start laying again. We just got to get them on hog feed. That's everybody that calls me like my.
So if I've got to go to Tractor Supply to get it because we can't get the bulk feed, I get hog feed and cracked corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather get the hog feed from the co-op, but if you can't get it, hog feed is.
Well, no matter what, the problem is it's raining and stuff, and I got to go all the way up to Lancaster to get it. It's a 45-minute trip to go get feed now because they're.
It should be open anytime though, right?
They don't know. They said 2 months, and it's been almost 2 months. But you know how construction projects go. Right. So they're redoing the elevators at where we normally get our feed here in town, and they've been closed. So we've had to go 45 minutes up north to get feed, which when we're here and going up, it's only a 15-minute drive versus a 45-minute drive, and and then we, like I said, we had a spate of rain where like every time we started running out of feed, it would rain for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, there was I did a whole week on store-bought feed,
That probably did it.
So hopefully we can get past that. And then I decided
I can also make beans too. And we can feed them beans. They just need that extra protein. So pinto beans, hog feed, corn, especially in the wintertime. It does great.
So Jody says the lady that took hers gets eggs. They free range and eat just scratch.
Yeah, well, scratch has the hog feed, corn in it, and that kind of thing.
Well, and that's what our chickens eat the same thing our goats and sheep eat.
Right.
And they, at the beginning of the summer, we were getting 16, 17 eggs a day.
I remember sometimes pulling out almost 3 dozen.
Yeah. So but we also had 40 chickens and we're down to 22.
So
I don't even think we got 22 now. I got to go out and.
So there's
count
that too. So I guess I'm going to be hatching again next year.
Yes. No turkeys.
Really?
I think we can.
I think I could hatch turkeys and we can sell turkeys. Everybody loves the royal.
We gotta sell those turkeys we got out there now.
No, we're gonna eat those turkeys and get eggs from those turkeys.
Okay.
And then we can hatch those eggs and we can sell turkeys like pullets.
Okay.
You need a turkey? Here's a turkey. Here's how much it costs.
Beans are good, but add macaroni to the mix. With no sauce.
Oh, I haven't heard about the macaroni. I got some of that up there. I
found that if I buy individual ingredients and mix it myself, I have a good luck with laying.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what
the hacks do.
Well, they buy.
Now they're getting it mixed from the feed.
They get it mixed, but that's basically what at the feed store when we buy our bulk feed, they're mixing it on the spot. And it's all organic. Well,
yeah, we just tell them, I give them a recipe. So they have the recipe. And so they take my recipe and they put everything together. So it's 20%, 22% protein. So everybody is getting their protein and getting everything that they need to do all of that. And so.
And everybody eats a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the turkeys. I noticed the turkeys don't do a lot of cracked corn, but they'll eat everything else.
Mm-hmm. I think the turkeys have more body heat. I'm not sure, but
Starla's in the house. How you doing,
hey.
Starla? But yeah. So we're gonna, and then I decided I'm gonna put lights on them this winter too. I'm gonna get a solar light system to stick on there so that at night I can go out there and turn the light on and have it mm-hmm. on through the night. Hopefully that'll get them. And we're getting a lot less sunlight.
A lot less.
We're only getting about 10 hours of sunlight too. That has something to do with the
if even that, because it's been so cloudy and that kind of thing.
Well,
so
yeah, there's been a couple of days. It was great for like 3 days.
It's like, so everybody with their solar systems and that kind of thing, solar panels, everybody's going into red days where you just shut everything down and it is what it is. Because you got to retain that energy for when you need it.
Lynn says, "No wonder you're tired." Just it's
exhausted listening to it. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I would rather do the work that I do around here any day of the week than the work I do at the JOB. If working around here paid as much as the JOB,
this is where he'd be.
I'd be here.
Yep.
I would have. I was bitching yesterday because I had to go to Topeka, and it's the first time I'd been to Topeka, like Topeka proper, in 2 months.
This is why I don't go to Topeka. This is why I don't do this with you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just you have to be my butler right now. So it is what it is. Just enjoy it and be glad you're hanging out with your wife.
And she got mad at me, at Sam's Club because I started expositioning on how Sam's, I hate Sam's and Costco because they are monuments to excess.
But he didn't just do it. He wasn't just talking to me. He was really loud and people could hear him.
Yes.
And that is what I was like, stop, just stop. Stop it.
These people need to know. They need to be exposed to this stuff.
Oh my goodness. So why don't you set up in a little corner in Sam's Club? You can get outside like the Boy Scouts do, and you can put together a little prepper class. And then
they'll chase me off.
Probably. Oh, and in other news today, start saving your wheat pennies and all pennies. At 4 p.m. today, the Mint quit making pennies. The very last penny was put into production. That's set standard Central Standard Time. And so
it's going to take hundreds of years before they go out of circulation, though.
I have heard rumors that there are some corporations, Sam's Club, that will no longer be accepting pennies.
They'll round up.
They're rounding up.
Or
supposedly in the customer's favor. So we'll see how that happens.
Well,
I think rounding, they're forcing us to go digital.
If you're rounding, it's either you go at 49 or 50 cents, you go down, at 51 cents, you go up. Is basic rounding. Yes, Leonard, they do have TP in bulk.
Sometimes
it's still cheaper. It's still cheaper to get it off of Amazon, though.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's sometimes on both. But yeah. So,
but where else can you get a 5-pound log of ground beef?
So we actually had customers searching for boxes of pennies. They wanted to know if we sold pennies. So if you're going to go to the bank and you're going to buy pennies, you need to do it now because they're going to be gone.
Starla, only the husbands that aren't beta males. If you got a beta male or a soy boy husband, then they'll be quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Hy-Vee sells 10-pound bags of beef. There you go, or 10-pound logs of beef. There you go. See? America.
I can't eat that.
America. Why buy 1 pound when you can buy 10 pounds?
Buy 10.
We used to go to the Restaurant Depot in Kansas City, and they had a 30-pound wheel of cheese.
Garen loved it.
And every time we go in, I said, I want to buy this. And she's like, why?
It's $150.
She'd go, why? Because it's a 30-pound wheel of cheese. That's why. Who put a one in chat if you can see the logic behind buying a 30-pound wheel of cheese. Why it's a good thing.
Now it would be a good thing. A 30-pound log of cheese for $150. Now that would be a good thing.
Bet it's close to 300 now.
See,
Randy gets it. So does Starlet. Everybody gets it.
So I don't, and it was all waxed and everything, but yeah, no, I wasn't having it.
I'd never seen a wheel of cheese that big.
Well, we couldn't go get some. So this is not an issue.
We got other things we got to do.
I mean, I don't know, but anyway.
Slice and smoke it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of slices and a lot of smoking.
Right. So
I haven't done any smoked cheese in a long time. Maybe I'll do some of that for Christmas.
It has been a while for smoked cheese.
And smoked nuts too. Maybe we get a little extra at Christmas time.
Oh, you got all those pecans and walnuts and all that stuff out there.
Yeah. You gonna help me crack them? Yeah.
I'll help you crack them as long as you pick them up. If you pick them up and get them ready to go, I will help you.
I was out there yesterday and I was like, I need to come out here and get some.
Like, I've got a whole nut collector for you. You just got to roll it around.
No, we don't have one for walnuts. Those are for acorns.
I thought I got the bigger one.
No, those are for acorns, and it sucks doing acorns too. That's why I didn't pick any acorns up. I'm
certain I got the one for that. They're not expensive. We can go get one. But then I, would do that.
I made a conscious decision this year not to collect acorns. They're all laying out there in the backyard. I'm going to go out this weekend when I got some time, and I'm going to rake everything up and just dump it over the fence for the animals, because the goats and sheep, they love the acorns.
They love them.
Getting a deer this year is going to be really nice because the acorn crop has been awesome across the entire area. And so the meat's going to be really sweet.
And you already got your whole map laid out, and you're like, he's got his projection on what he's going to get, who's feeding what, and where the feeders are. And so we actually have several.
They might be watching.
We have a couple properties around us that they all have feeders. And so he's got a plan. So we'll see how this works out.
Well, no, then the neighbors put up a feeder, and it's
Well, they got feeders back there.
It's really close. It's really close to the fence line. And when I was out there yesterday, I noticed that all the deer paths lead across the corner of our property to the fence. They jump the fence and they go on the feeder. Then they come back onto our property.
They bed down on ours.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put the salt lick that I put in a couple years ago is almost done.
Yeah.
So I need to redo that.
Randy, we're working on the hogs. Well, I keep saying like he's going to get the fencing done and all that. And we're working on the hogs. Hogs is a goal to get on here. We will be doing that.
We have been extremely lucky that Blue Tongue has not made it to this part of the country. Yet. Of course, we got the rivers, the Kansas River and the Missouri River make pretty good
boundaries.
Northern Missouri, north of the Missouri River has a big problem with blue tongue.
Yeah, it stinks. Like hunters are having to travel. I wonder if that's why everybody's here, because I mean, you can't get down our road without cars. Like literally trucks are just parked all down. We're a dirt road and they're parked down. I think people are renting out their land for hunters.
Yeah, probably.
So
squirrels took it as a personal challenge to destroy the acorn containers when they collected them.
I could see that.
Yeah, the critters will tear stuff up. I don't know if I told you guys the story about the pack rats trying to gnaw through the big blue barrels with the screw-on lids. Haven't had a problem with them recently. I wonder if they went someplace else.
Probably to the feeders next door.
Yeah, probably.
They're like, it's too hard to get anything off Grumpy Acres Farm. So
the voles are digging up into the metal chicken coop where the young turkeys are.
Yeah.
They're digging up into that at night and then eating all the corn and stuff that's down on the floor.
Crying out loud.
Yeah, so I have to go in there every morning and kick the dirt in and stomp on their holes and stuff. You know what?
Obstacles.
Let them have it as long as they're not hurting. They're not hurting the turkeys. So,
right. On your radar in July, Jody's on here, and it just hit me. We are only 7 months away. We need to start making reservations and finding a cabin out in Colorado. We got to take care of your dad's ashes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start looking and seeing what I can find. Okay. And then, and I can do that on a different card if we need to and do something, figure it out. But just so it doesn't affect you and bop ya.
No.
So, well, we need to get that done. So, yeah. Squirrels with lightsabers, they destroy it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so I don't know. That's really all I got. Yeah. I just got, I mean, it was just basic. Sometimes we live a simple life. And so it feels good to live a simple life.
We got a lot done this weekend.
Yeah, there was a lot done. There's just, I don't know how excited you guys would be to know what all we got done.
We basically told them everything we got done.
It took a lot of time to get all that done too.
Yeah.
So, but, so it was nice. I'm paying for this weekend and, the whole reason for the cane and that kind of thing.
Kurt set on a holler to everybody.
So nice. Okay. All right. Yeah. We need to get ours done, Jody. So we'll be there. We just got to get everything done. And I think all our kids are going to be there and our grandbabies. So you'll get to meet our grandbabies.
Yep.
And be shocked. Oh, my son, our son texted me yesterday. It was yesterday.
And, take it easy, Randy.
And he said, "Hey, Mom, I got a problem." And he starts out with, Jody, you're going to love this one. He starts out with, Eliza is like I was in school, and she's getting all of her schoolwork done, and now she's bored, and she doesn't pay attention in class. And in my mind, I'm laughing and I'm thinking, ha, 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 you get what you deserve. And then he said, if you had to do it over again, would you have kept us in private school, or would you have put us, or would you have kept us in public school? I definitely, Garen and I talked about it before we answered him. And both of our decisions were, hindsight 2020, we would have kept them both in private schools.
If we had the financial ability, we would have
kept them, which the Catholic Church would have sponsored them. So that's not a big deal.
I didn't want them going to that school.
Well, it ended up going down, but they could have went to another one. I could have drove them up to Kansas City. They could have went to school at the cathedral, something like that. So there were other schools to choose from. We just didn't make the effort because we were like, well, let's just go ahead and put them in public.
We didn't have the money.
Well, they could get sponsored. We wouldn't have had to pay. So the Catholic Church works a little bit different than what other, I think what you're thinking of is like a charter school where you would have to pay. And so we didn't have that, but had hindsight 2020, we should have went ahead and do that. One, we were too proud to ask for the sponsorship. Even Father Matt was like, why didn't you just say something? And so because we didn't want to do that. And then, so anyway, so I would have done that. So this is what he's dealing with. And so Ian had a lot of extras on him. So he would get all of his schoolwork done in class. And so he never had homework ever. He would get all of it done in class, straight A student, the whole 9 yards, except for
stick it in his locker.
And then he'd stick it in his locker. And so we would have to go into his locker once a month. And because they gave him an extension on all of his quote unquote homework that he was getting done in class. And we would have to go to his locker and we would actually have to clean up and sort through all of his missing homework. Like he would have papers falling out of his locker, that kind of thing. So finally he had one teacher that she's like, hey, he's got Einstein syndrome. This is a thing. And she explained it to me. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. So we got him. I forgot to tell Garen that we need to do that. Ian. I forgot to tell Ian that. We got him the accordion file. And then I labeled it first period, second, third, etc. And so any of the homework that he got done, he would put that in the accordion file. And then he had to bring that home to me. I would check the accordion file, make sure everything was in there, hand it back to him the next morning. And then he would carry his accordion, do that. And then vice versa, just round and round. And that worked. So that got him all the way through college and doing that. Kind of what he did of college. And so it got him through the police academy. And he's doing good. And now he's a police detective. And so you gotta know your files there. So of course, a lot of stuff's on computer now too. So that's probably a lot of it. But so my granddaughter apparently is the same way. I was the same way.
So there is cosmic justice.
There's cosmic justice. I was the same way. Our son was the same way. And now our granddaughter is the same way. And so we'll figure it out. But well, you know what? If my grandkids were closer, we would homeschool them.
Well, that's what I put that up there. Quite honestly, if we had the wherewithal to do it when we were younger,
we would have.
The kids would have been homeschooled, but neither one of us had the temperament.
I would have killed my kids.
Yeah,
there's no way.
You almost killed them when they were spending 8 hours a day at the government indoctrination center.
Yeah, I'm like, bah. Yeah,
we were young and we didn't know. I mean, had we known then what we know now, we probably would have.
They would have been homeschooled.
We probably would have tried harder and become better parents.
I would have found. I was home anyway, and so I was always taking care of them. And we did school during the summer. We were constantly hiking, going to museums and national parks and all that. They'd get passports, and we would go do that. Educate them. We would bring even other kids with us and do all of that. Had a blast doing that. And, they'd learn about nature and learn about what was out there. And the kids really remember that. Mm-hmm. They still talk about that all the time. And in fact, Lexi, you'd be lucky to get her out of the mountains. She's doing her thing. Ian and Amanda constantly camping and doing stuff. They love it.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They don't camp.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
How do you know?
Because he's always working.
But when they're off, like Drew and Paige, they go camping, and I know they do because Ian asked me for stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, are they not now?
They haven't been for a while.
I don't know that you're right about that. I may be wrong. I don't know. So, but they were maybe with now there's 2 kids, so maybe that's the issue. That could be the issue. But Paige and Drew also have a kid, so I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so I love that. Love doing that. And maybe I should have. I don't know. It's too late now. And I got what I got, and we have 2 really great kids. And I got nothing to complain about.
There's still, oh no, there's a lot to complain about.
Well, I mean, they're not in jail. They've never been in jail, either one of them. Well, Ian has, but he works there. So, neither one of them have been in jail.
There hasn't been
neither one of them have a drug addiction.
There hasn't been a factory recall on either one of them. So as parents,
I think I win. We win.
As a parent, that's a win. When there's no factory recall on the product that you put out there into the world, you're doing pretty good.
The only ones that want one of our children hurt are the drug dealers and that kind of thing. I'm like, that's a win. That's good.
But, well, you guys got anything you guys want to talk about? I mean, I got a couple of non-homesteading, non-preparedness type of things, but
political.
Yeah.
Okay. I can walk off. You guys can do that.
No,
I know a lot of them like it, so it's not a big deal. Well, I gotta go get that cheesecake.
She got mad at me. She got mad at me yesterday.
Get freezer space freed up.
Because I was trying to wrap my head around the whole 50-year mortgage. Because I know I inherently I know that it's a bad thing.
Such a bad thing.
But I'm trying to wrap my head around, okay, why would it even be suggested? Right? Because there's always a reason. There's always a reason why things are suggested. And I'm trying to wrap, because you can't find anything good about it. Seriously, you can't find anything good about it. And and she got to the point, she thought I was kind of trying to justify it, and I wasn't. I was just like,
I didn't think that. So no, I didn't think that.
I was just trying
why are you spending so much time on this?
Because there's some good conversations that popped up.
Okay, so it's stupid. You're asking me about it. I'm telling you it's stupid. And you're still conversating on it. Just let everybody know it's stupid and walk away from the conversation.
Okay, that's how you lose politically.
I mean, I'm not a politician.
I'm just saying, don't waste your time. That's how the conservatives and patriots have lost politically, because they do stupid stuff and we tell them it's stupid, and then we walk off and they continue to do stupid stuff. And we end up paying the price for it.
Here's the deal.
We end up with 20 million people that are reliant on the government for their food that have an obesity problem.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, a 50-year mortgage, people, if you take out a 50-year mortgage, you're absolutely insane. 1, you will never own that house. 2, you're not going to stay in that house long enough.
Like the one guy said, a 50-year mortgage is rent with more paperwork.
Right.
And the average homeowner is in a house for 12 years. That's the average amount of time you're in a house.
So a 50-year mortgage will make you upside down on your mortgage.
And Jody's right. People that they can't afford it anymore.
So rent.
You rent, and you focus on the things in the economy that will make things more affordable.
And whatever happened to a little bit of elbow grease? Everybody can afford a fixer-upper, and there's all kinds of fixer-uppers.
The only thing I heard today about that somebody else was talking about it. The amortization on the tax for the interest that you pay, you can take that off on your taxes. But even then,
that's stupid.
The juice isn't worth the squeeze even at that point. I mean,
dumb. Again, I say stupid.
Lynn says it's to expand the Overton window and propose something really crazy, so the mostly crazy is acceptable. Wait for the next idea.
Right.
But we only have 3. I know we're going to be underwater in 3 years. The world is going to end. Yeah. I mean, God bless those rich leftist politicians, putting their bodies in the way by buying beachfront property, trying to save us from the deadly waves that are going to be caused by the ice caps melting. They do it. We're really lucky that we have them, because they do this stuff for us. They fly on private jets to Brazil and land on an airport that was made by cutting down 100,000 rainforest trees, and then they have carbon footprints as big as small towns.
Oh, but bigger than that.
But they're
look
doing
at every solar panel farm that they've got running.
But they're doing it for us.
It's all for us.
They are all for it's they, you know, and it's thank God. That, you know, there's the funny one. There's the funny thing politically, and it's still a bad idea. Okay, this is still a bad idea. It's still taking tax money that shouldn't be taken. But whenever Trump came out and said, let's just give the Obamacare subsidies directly to the people, and Thomas Massey responded back that he was writing up the bill immediately, and it's a proposal to instead of giving the $1.2 trillion to the insurance companies, and there's a whole nother thing right there. Instead of doing that, they're going to give it to the individuals so it can go into HSAs so they can spend it how they want. Okay.
And I love the fact it's in an HOA or a HSA so that they can't just go spend it willy-nilly on crap.
Well, and you know, okay, let's set aside the whole $1.2 trillion in taxes. Let's take that and set this over here, because that right there should be a deal breaker for most people. But the fact that the proposal is to let these people make their own choices, it's going to make competition, and it's going to drive the prices down, right? So the response from the Democrats is, well, we can't trust them to make the right decisions. How, if you're an Obamacare person, how offensive is that you're too dumb to make
to know what you want? And
let's be honest, they're just like everybody else in the country. There's going to be people that make dumb decisions. But how do we break this cycle? Number one is we start holding people accountable. Let these people make bad decisions and hold them up as examples as to why we need reform, right? And you know, I get accused of not caring sometimes because I you know, my insurance prices went up 10%. Our insurance at my work went up 10% this year. And the only thing I could think of is, and I'm supposed to care about Obamacare and SNAP people that are generational welfare recipients, right? So, you know, I get accused of it, but I understand that we need a safety net. There are people in the country that I recognize need a safety net. There's not 20 million of them in this country.
No,
there's not 20 million in this country. You know, I'm a big proponent of means testing for any type of government assistance. There should always be means testing. You know, and I've told the story before of just getting out of the Marine Corps and running out of diapers at 11 o'clock at night, having to scrounge through the furniture to find enough to get a package of diapers. That's when you could get a nice size package of diapers for like $2, right? This is 1995.
A little bit more than that.
1995.
Yeah.
Right. And I go down to the Super Walmart, which is the precursor to Sam's, and the lady in front of me's got a fur coat on. She's got two carts. She's got one cart full of consumer goods and another cart full of food, and she pays for the cart full of food with food stamps, and that was back before the EBT cards when they actually had the stamps. And then the cart of consumer goods comes up to $400, and she whips out a wad of hundreds. She whips out a wad of $100 bills. I'm scraping to get diapers for my kid. At that point right there, that was a seminal point in my political maturity.
So I'm going to step out here while you finish. You guys, it was great spending time with you. Read Lynn's comment because that's hilarious. And I absolutely agree. The last comment.
This one.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's freaking hilarious. So me and my old lady supply, we're going to go. Talk to y'all later.
I caught her standing on the porch, waving her cane, like shaking her cane at a cloud and yelling at it yesterday.
Make it rain.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's be completely honest, Leonard. It's not just Democrat politicians, it's Republican politicians too. It's the elites, the quote unquote elites of the country. But just this whole thing's been very, the government shutdown has been very, very illuminating, and it's all that. Jody says bye.
Bye, Jody. Love you, girl.
She says she loves you, Jody. But it's been very illuminating, and just the, two No Kings rallies, and then within a week, literally a week of the second one, they're demanding that the king provide them with food. And then 30 days in, the people in New York vote somebody who wants to take complete control politically over every aspect. In fact, he flat out said that the government will be involved in every single aspect of your life. There will be nothing in your life that the government does not control or have input on. And somebody's going to say it, either somebody in the chat or somebody that watches this on the replay. Well, the government's in your life anyway. They're already in your life. And yes, that is a true statement. But you come out here where we live, the intrusiveness is not nearly what it's like a mere 30, 45 minutes away in Topeka, right? It's not even remotely the same, So it's one of the benefits. I am a huge advocate of getting out of town, moving out of the town, getting out in the country. There's challenges, and it is hard. Starla made the comment that I look tired, and she's right. I am tired. I get 5 hours of sleep every night. I was up at 3:00 this morning, and I've been awake since. But I got work I got to do. I did my JOB, and I came home and I did work around here, and then I got the animals out on pasture. But it's worth it. I would rather do this any day than a JOB. What else went on that was interesting and funny in the whole funny in the whole that's really sad sort of way. The news media is at it again, because the I guess Turning Point USA had a event at Berkeley yesterday, day before, and it was extremely violent. They were throwing big fireworks at people trying to go there. They were beating people up and threatening them. And I think it was CNN. It's a mostly peaceful protest. Mostly, aside from that whole chucking fire, they said they were throwing smoke bombs. No, they weren't. They were taking mortars, like fireworks mortars, and lighting them and throwing them at people. And if you've ever had one of those things go off near you, that's very dangerous. We used to take them when the kids were young. We'd take them and take them out of the tube and bury them in the backyard and light them off and let them blow up in the backyard. And they'd leave a softball sized crater in the ground. This is way cool, though. I'm not going to lie. It's amazing. It's amazing that we survive as long as we have, the men specifically, because we do some dumbass stuff, but it's so fun. It's so much fun. Let's see here. The story about the centuries-old farm, the state is confiscating and oh yeah. I do not know all the details on that. I saw that briefly. But it's happening all over the place. It's happening, but between the taking the farms, I'm almost willing to bet that it's either a eminent domain one, or it's a back taxes thing. We had it here. We had a former commissioner, that when they were doing the conversation about the mill levy, we're like, what if, because there's an old lady who couldn't afford to pay the taxes, and what do we do about people like this? And his comment, without even batting an eye, was, well, she should sell off part of her property. She lives on a century farm. Her family's been on that property for like 120 years. Yeah, there it is. There's the eminent domain. Yeah, and the problem is, gosh, what's the ruling from Connecticut where they already laid that out, that the cities can take private property and having a tax base argument. It increases the tax base for the municipality. They've already decided that could be done, and the property from the original Supreme Court case was never developed. They never built the retail stuff where they said they were going to build it, so that those people lost their property and nothing was ever done. And again, this is oh, she's coming in. Who was barking out there?
Oh,
cat. The cat. She's barking at the cat. That was something. Think about this. Our forefathers literally threw tea into Boston Harbor over a 2.7%, basically a 3% tax on tea. And anybody that earns a wage, you'll pay, the average is 49% taxation on that when you get all the taxes. And people are so unconcerned about it that, in fact, there's a whole segment of the population that is looking at the government and going, yes, daddy, tax me more, daddy, and they all seem to be the same. They all seem to be the same type of people. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But again, I'm to the point now where I don't care. I don't care about these people's concerns. If you're defending illegal immigration, then you and I are not the same. If you're saying, tax the rich, we're not the same. And hopefully they're not the same as you either. And we need to let them know that we are not the same. I'm to the point now, and don't think that this is negative, and don't think that I'm throwing in the towel, but I'm to the point now to where I'm seriously contemplating, that there's no reconciliation that can happen. The two Americas that I constantly talk about, the constitutional based America and the post-constitutional based America, I don't even care about reconciling with them. I should still try to keep dialogue open. Somebody that's more level-headed than I am and has more patience should be the person doing it, because I'm to the point now to where I'm going full Gen Xer mode here. Just shut the hell up and leave me alone. If I can't poke the bear in Sam's Club, then shut the hell up and then leave me alone. Let's see here. Lynn says, where I grew up, there were several city blocks where all the houses were taken and demolished in the 50s for a freeway off-ramp that still hasn't been built. Yeah, that's city planning 101. You go to any major city and there's stories like that. Kansas City tried government-run grocery stores. They lasted for about 8 months before the city shut them down, because they were having the shoplifting was so bad, and the prices were so bad that they couldn't afford to keep it open. And all I can think of is they're going to do that in New York City, and it's just going to make those people's lives worse. I have a friend that moved to Mexico, but no place will be secure. Yeah, you can't, if he's not a citizen down there, he can't own land either. And he is there. he is there. He is the anybody that moves to a foreign country, except for not Dominican Republic. What's the one down in Central America? Anyway, anybody that moves to a foreign country is there at the pleasure of the government, right? The Mexicans can take anything you own and kick that guy out of the country anytime they want. Same thing if you're an expat in France. In fact, right now, America's one of the few. Well, I'm not going to say few. The Western world is infected with some sort of mind virus that is making people think that it's okay to let in hordes of foreign invaders. And let's talk about New York City. I don't remember if I really talked about it last week, but here's what's going to happen in New York, Costa Rica. Absolutely, thank you, Jody. Here's what's going to happen in New York City. Did you know that no more than 48 hours after Mamdani was elected, that the Muslims turned out en masse in Times Square and created open air mosque and had prayers. Now, what that is, if you guys don't know Islamic culture, that is literally the equivalent of a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. The Muslims came out in force and claimed New York City as their own now because Mamdani got elected. So now, 50, not even that long, 10, 15, 20 years from now, the narrative in the Islamic world is going to be that New York City has always been an Islamic city. And they're going to import, as the white people and the wealth makers move out of New York City, they're going to replace them with Islamists. And yeah, Jody, there's a whole thing on that going on right now. But they will take that, and if you want to know what New York City is going to look like in 10, 15 years, go look at what London looks like now. There's a picture. I saw a picture of a British Bobby, white guy. He had the Bobby uniform on. Actually, I'm sorry, that was in Canada. That was a Canadian picture. It was a Canadian police officer, but the crowd behind him looked like he was in Mumbai. Seriously, and New York City is going to look the same way. So this is something we're going to have to deal with. How we deal with it, I can't. Everybody knows what the answer is. But because of the platform and because of the people that are in charge, we can't talk like that. Yeah, Dearborn. Was it Hamtramck? Is that the name of the town where they're having the court battle because the call to prayers every morning is just driving people nuts? Democratic Socialist Party has openly stated that they will replace the Democrat Party completely. Oh, and I believe it. I believe it 100% that they will try to. Well, and if you think about it, if you look about it, the Republican Party is the 1980 Democrat Party now. And everybody. Okay. On balance, Trump's second term has been really good for America. The people complaining that he hasn't fixed everything yet are very shallow and not very historically knowledgeable. You realize it took Ronald Reagan 2 years to fix the economy that he inherited from Carter. And I'm going to say that the economy that Trump inherited from Biden was financially worse off, just in the sheer numbers of it, but B, worse off because the manufacturing base had been offshored over the last 30 years, 40 years, right? So we don't have the manufacturing capability that we had in the 1980s. So Trump has to bring all that stuff back. And what he's been doing, everything that's been done, if you look at it realistically, and it hasn't been all good. He's made some missteps, in my opinion. He's been triaging. And he's been doing first responder work on the economy. And he from where I'm sitting, he staunched the blood flow. Right? He has staunched the blood flow. You know, people are complaining because inflation is at 3% now, and it was at 3% in January. Well, you know, the aggregate inflation rate over the 4 years before Trump took over was 22%. You know, the highest it ever was month over month was 9%. But if you take the aggregate of all the inflation put together, it was right around 22%. And the fact that 9 months in, with that on the forefront, the fore end of it all, 9 months in, or I guess we're at 11 months now, aren't we? 11 months now is pretty darn good. And you know, the tariffs. Yes, tariffs are taxes in real terms. In real terms, a tariff is basically a value-added tax. But what is it doing? It's forcing all these companies that offshored to come back to the United States. And Trump got in trouble. They were talking about it. He did the interview with, gosh, who was it he did his last interview with? Was it Nora O'Donnell? Anyway, she made the comment, hey, what's up, All-American? She made the comment about the H-1B visas, right? And how we're still allowing these people in. And you know, she made the comment there's talent here. And Trump's response was not a very good response. And it's one of those cases where he could have worded it better. But he said, no, we don't. We don't have the talent. And what he was not bagging on American workers. He was making the point, at least from my understanding, from listening to the conversation, he was making the point that we're getting a whole bunch of technical jobs coming back in the United States for the first time in 20 to 30 years. We don't have people that are trained up to run these things. And these companies have people overseas that are trained up, and they want guarantees that they're going to be able to function once they bring their plants back over here. So you let these people in, train up the American workforce, and then get rid of all the foreigners and let Americans do these things, right? And all I could think of, what was the Michael Keaton movie where he worked at the automotive plant and the Japanese came in and showed the Americans how to make cars the Japanese way? What?
Was it Back to the Future?
No, not Back to the Future. But anyway, that's all I can think of whenever I heard the conversation about that. But you know, so we got some hurdles. The bleeding has been stopped, and Gung Ho. That's it. Gung Ho was the name of the movie. Good movie, great 80s movie. You know, are things gonna get harder between now and the time they get better? Yes, they are. Probably going to get harder than anybody wants to, you know, and my big fear is that the GOP and Trump will cave under pressure. They will start taking half steps so that they don't lose power or they don't lose seats in the midterms. That's my big fear. You know, if you want to fix the country, you have to be bold. That's why, okay, we're going to get off politics and we're going to start talking preparedness here for a second. If you want to fix stuff, you have to be bold, and we cannot force the people in Washington D.C. to be bold. All we can do is lean on them and hope that they make the right call. But what we can do is we can be bold locally. We can, you know, Starla made the comment that her grandkids are all homeschooled now. If you're a young parent and you've got the ability to homeschool now, do it. Get them out of the indoctrination centers, you know. All right, Jody, you take it easy, go to bed. You have a great day tomorrow, all right? You know, but we have to be bold at the local level. Get involved in politics. I hate politics. And I have stepped up despite my misgivings, and tried to make a difference. And I'd like to think that I've influenced some people, showed people that you can do it. You be bold in your search for food independence. I don't care if you're living on a suburban lot or a small apartment. You should be doing everything you can to get as much food independence as possible. And frankly, over the past couple of years, I've gotten away from doing those type of videos. Part of me is saying that I need to get back to it, but the other part of me is like, God, I can barely do the energy to do what I do right now, making shorts and the weekly lives and the occasional guest spot someplace, So I'll figure something out. I will figure something out. So and then modern self-reliance, learn how to do stuff. The skills are one thing that they cannot tax you on. They cannot tax you on the knowledge that's in your brain pan, right? And they may try it one day. Lord knows they're if they could tax the air, they're going to tax the air that we breathe. But work on becoming modernly self-sufficient. Learn how to do stuff. That's one thing. I was extremely lucky that Hacks Darren came into my life, because that man in the last 4 years has done more to impart self-reliance on me than any other man in my life. Right. And even though we're not too terribly far apart in age, he really has become a mentor, and I hope I can become a mentor to some other people. In fact, we're telling you, I told you earlier, we're going to do a work day on the 22nd to cut wood. I put it out there. I said, look, if you're in the community and you do not know how to fell a tree, we're going to put a class together. You show up and do some work. We will put a class together and teach you how to safely and efficiently fell a tree and get it cut up. And somebody else is going to teach that class, by the way, because with me, it's hit or miss sometimes.
Did you
right?
See how many people are like, yes?
Well,
women.
I know that was the thing that got me. A couple of women in the community are like, yeah, I want to learn how to fell a tree. So, okay, well, we'll get somebody to teach the class and everybody can partake, man. We'll get everybody on the thing. So the next time we have a wood cutting party, instead of having just 8 men doing it, we got 8 men and 8 women doing it. They tax your results. In some places, tax you for the rain. Concentrate equals more concrete equals more sewer. Yeah, you know what? They can tax you if they know you're making a profit on it. They cannot tax barter. They have floated some ideas on how to do this, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. And quite frankly, if you're getting paid under the table, getting paid in cash, it's none of their business. None of their business whatsoever. This is one of the reasons why they're trying to force everybody onto the central bank digital currency, because that way they can track who's getting paid for what. So, but we can fight the system. Again, you got to be bold. You got to be willing to take some risks, and you got to be willing to maybe piss off the wrong people and have their wrath come on you. But you know what? We got to do it. If you take anything away from this conversation tonight, just understand that we are responsible for our own well-being, and the only way we can do that and make things better is being bold about our actions, right? And it's tired, it's hard, it's scary. Liberty, it's one of the things, and I don't say it enough. I don't tell people enough. Liberty is hard, it's tiring, it's dangerous, and there's a little bit of scariness in it. A little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of not knowing what the system is going to do next. But we got to do it. We got to do it. And frankly, I haven't been bold enough. I haven't been as bold. I'm sitting here preaching. I'm probably a little hypocritical on it, but I'm working on it. Monday was fun. It's getting late again tonight. I need some sleep. If I go to bed in the next 15 minutes, I'll be up at 4:15. Just I know I won't even need an alarm. And Lynn's right. We do need to call it quits. We've been at this for an hour and a half. It's about my time limit anymore. Well, listen, guys, thanks for coming. If you want to help the channel, affiliate links down below. We still got t-shirts. I have not made a t-shirt of the month since July. I've been thinking about trying to do some more of that. We'll see. We don't sell any of them, so a lot of my effort is just for naught. But if you want to buy a t-shirt, go to the Bonfire store. Starlink is having a
Jason, don't forget, Jason's going to start doing our t-shirts from now on.
Yeah, we're looking at
They're gonna be
have somebody else doing our t-shirts
They'll be cheaper.
too. We're still in conversation about that. But you guys just go out and do what needs to be done, okay? You know, go out and be better tomorrow than you were today, and make it so when you go to sleep, you know that things are heading in the right direction for you. Okay? Listen, until next week, you guys go out and live a life done free. And I'll say it for Angela. I'm going to say only be 9% better.
10%.
Be 9% better instead of 10%. You know, you need to, if you're gonna go live a life done free and be better, do 9% so you can get, work up to it. Pace yourselves, okay? She's shaking her cane at me like Abe Simpson. All right, guys, you take it easy, and we will see you the next time we go live.